If you'd like to get some cheaper models and support the channel, please use the affiliate link below. Thank you. Now on to the video.
Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be going over the basic rules for the Chaos Space Marines. We'll be covering the Dark Pacts, the Marks of Chaos, enhancements and stratagems. Now, with the Chaos Space Marines, they gain access to the Dark Pacts, which is something that each unit is able to activate, and when you activate it, you either gain lethal hits or sustain hits. Lethal hits is auto wounds on a 6, and sustained hits 1 gets you an extra hit if you roll a 6. Now, these can be changed depending on your marks. The negative to taking the Dark Pact is that if you roll underneath your leadership value, you take D3 mortal wounds, which can be incredibly hilarious and kill yourself after you've shot. But the unit always gains the benefit of the Dark Pact, even if it fails, because you don't take the leadership test until the unit has finished shooting or fighting. When you take the test, it's only valid for that phase. So if you've got one unit that's going to shoot, charge and then fight, you have to take one Dark Pact test during the shooting phase and then another one during the fight phase. Now, the Marks of Chaos for like Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, Slaanesh and Undivided directly affect the lethal or sustained hits. So for example, if you were in the fight phase and you selected the lethal hits and you've got the Mark of Khorne, your auto wounds kick off on a 5 instead of a 6. But it has no effect in the shooting phase, does Khorne. The same with Slaanesh. Slaanesh is another one for the fight phase. On a 5+, if you chose sustained hits, you get an extra hit, so you get exploding dice on 5s and 6s. Whereas the shooting phase gods is Tzeentch and Nurgle. Tzeentch, if you choose lethal hits, gets you auto wounds on 5s instead of just 6s. And Nurgle, you get exploding dice on 5s and 6s instead of just 6s. The different one is Undivided. It doesn't matter whether you choose lethal or sustained for Undivided, because their additional rule is you just get to re-roll hit rolls of 1, which is really good. But there's nothing to stop you marking a unit as Khorne and taking sustained hits. You just won't get any benefit from being Khorne. Your enhancements, I've conveniently colour-coded them for the relevant gods. The Talisman of Burning Blood is for Khorne, and as a flat effect you get +1 attacks and strength. This changes to be D3 if your unit made a Dark Pact. The Intoxicating Elixir is the Slaanesh one, and it gives the bearer 5 up, feel no pain, and if that model has been, it's caused a hit, whether it was shooting or melee, it forces a battle shock test. The Eye of Tzeentch is quite obviously a Tzeentch one, and every time a Dark Pact test is passed, you gain a CP. Now, this is the one I've used on my Terminator Sorcerer, and it was gaining me pretty much 1 CP every battle round. It was really good. The one thing to bear in mind is you can't gain more than 1 CP in a turn. So if you're running a Abaddon and the Eye of Tzeentch, one of them's not going to make you a CP for a turn, so whether you want to pay for the enhancement or not is another question. The Orbs of Unlife is the Nurgle one, and at the end of the fight phase you get to roll a d6 for each unit within 6 inch, and on a 4+ it takes d3 mortal wounds. This becomes a 3+ if it did a Dark Pact. So Dark Pacts are quite linked with 3 of the enhancements. and your undivided one is the Liber Hereticus, and you basically gain lethal hits and sustain hits for the unit. So if you attach him to, I don't know, let's say a Havoc squad with las cannons, they get auto wounds on 6s, exploding 6s, and they get to reroll the ones to hit. So there's quite a bit going on there. The stratagems, you've got the 2 CP Infernal Rites, which you use in your opponent's shooting or fight phase, and it decreases the AP by 1. This is quite good if you want to try and keep some Terminators or some Chosen alive that are out in the open. For 1 CP, you've got Profane Zeal, which is done in your shooting or fight phase. You get to reroll a hit and wound roll of 1. Whereas if your squad was undivided, it just rerolls all the hit rolls and all the wound rolls that you want to. Your next one is the 1 CP Eternal Hate, which is a fight phase stratagem, and it's fight on death for a 4+. And if the unit you're using it on has the Khorne keyword, you get to do it on a 3+. Your next one is Skin Shift, 1 CP, and that's in your command phase. One model regains 3 wounds, but if it has the Tzeentch keyword, you get to revive a model as well. I've used this one quite a bit on my Terminators, and it was good fun. And it has to be placed within coherency, so it's just like using Pact of Flesh in 9th edition from the Master of Possession. Just plop him a couple of inches forward and you gain a little bit extra movement, which can help you negotiate to where you need to be. For 1 CP you have Unnatural Swiftness, which is a movement phase, and you can shoot and charge after it falls back, whereas Slaanesh can declare a charge after it's advanced, which I've used with my Possessed and Master of Possession in the one game I've played, and I've really enjoyed that because the Master of Possession adds 1 to the advance roll as well. Your last one is the Dark Obscuration for 1 CP, which is in the shooting phase, and the unit gains stealth, and if it's a Nurgle unit it can't be targeted outside of 12. So this one, I've seen people been putting it on like their Forge Fiends and Havoc squads at the back that they just don't want to get shot. Now, from my understanding is, if it is a Nurgle unit, your opponent can swap to shoot at a different unit. That's what I've seen on other battle reports and things online. Because there's a few other stratagems that are similarly worded, and it does say you can shoot a different unit. So that's the way I would be playing it. Hopefully this has been helpful. Pop down in the comments if you think it has been or not. If you'd like me to do a few more of these, maybe a few datasheet reviews, just pop it down in the comments as well. Thanks for watching.